Good morning, my YouTube family. It is your boy Zary from the XMG coming at you on Wednesday morning at like 5 a.m. Coffee needed. But we are here to talk a little bit about Disney's Sorcerer Arena. And in this video, I'm going to break down what I'm doing. I read every single character's kit, and there was a couple things I remembered. You know, that Shinyu was really good, Mordu was really good, and Hades was really good. I remembered that, and that was pretty much it. So I read every character's kit, and I've kind of made a plan of what I want to do. And if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Maybe setting my account back a lot, but I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know, maybe I'm not. But y'all, let's let me know in the comments below. So we're going to jump into that. But if you are just finding the channel for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button, helping out the channel, leaving a like, comment, all that good stuff to keep us growing here. And for all of you XMG family members out there, thank you so much for the love, the support, the different endeavors we are taking is awesome. Now remember, with Disney Sorcerer Arena, we're going to be bringing on my main man, Unstable Gamer, at some point, so he can go over what I'm doing, as if it's right or wrong. So let's jump into Disney Sorcerer Arena and take a look at it. Alright, so here we go. Let's launch it up. Now this game has been pretty fun. So I am launching my 4th day. Now I have to admit, I did end up buying the VIP monthly feature. And I did that because I found it had tremendous value. And I'll explain it here in a minute. But I do get the double rewards on the login, so that is pretty nice. So if you go to like the VIP feature here in your store, you get 500 gems up front, 50,000 or 50 gems a day, and for a total of 2,000 gems over the course of the month. So for 10 bucks, 2,000 gems for 1,600 gems is 10 bucks. So right there, I've paid for it. So the value on that, I believe, is pretty good. Plus, I get all those other things included with the VIP. The ×3 speed is super nice. I'm not gonna lie about that. I really like the 3 times speed. The autocomplete tower and adherence to the furthest spot 1. That's been pretty helpful. I did unlock the tower. You know, 1 touch on all challenges. So, and then the extra elite node attempt. So pretty much every 3 days, I'm getting a free refresh on that. So there's an extra 50 gems I'm saving. So did find the value in that. So I did buy that. And the way I'm going to kind of go over what I am doing here is simply, I am going to take you into, well, first off, our club here. We're doing well. Growing a little bit. You know, up to 5 people. So, we got spots. Come on in. Let me take you into my campaign modes. So, I have, you know, the grand campaign is definitely very nice to farm up a lot of different character shards. And I was able to make it through 3.9 or 3L. And I stopped there because it goes into my farming plans, which I'll get into here in a minute. Then in the Heroes campaign, I was able to take this all the way up to 3. Finished off 3. I mean, it's as far as I can go, but I was able to finish off 3. And then I've noticed the Villains campaign is, the shards, at least I think, are way better in there. They seem to be. And here I am up through 3A. And I'll get into that, into my farming. But definitely noticed that in the Villains campaign, it's way more valuable characters, I think. At least farmed on my opinion. Which could be wrong. I don't know. But it definitely seems to be better, for sure. And then, you know, the other thing I noticed too is I need a 5th villain. I still only have 4 villains, so I'll take you over to my squad and I'll show you. Here they are. I have Blue. I'm still liking Blue for a simple reason of his passive, or his fight like a bear, and his passive ability. His fight like a bear ability gives me the chance to grant offensive up to a teammate for 2 turns, and then chance to grant critical chance up for 2 turns, and a 30% chance to gain offensive up for 1 turn to teammates adjacent to the target. So what I've been doing is I've been dropping Trigger, and then it's harder to do on my phone because I misclick all the time, but I try to give it to Trigger, and I put Buzz Lightyear and Aladdin, or Buzz Lightyear and Sorcerer Mickey in the back, and then I put Trigger in the middle, so hopefully I can get that buff to spread. And then his extra heal has helped me with survivability in the campaigns. Like I said in the first video, I think his kit is going to be quickly outpaced, but as of right now, he is helping me out. Also, finding his shards, you know, the Club Exchange, I definitely think there's way better characters in the Club Exchange, so I'll go over that too. But, you know, still rolling with Aladdin, Sully, Sorcerer's Mickey, Buzz, but I only have Zuma, Gaston, Hook, and Demona for my villains, and I definitely need a 5th villain. And as you can see, I'm kind of working on some people in the background. Nothing crazy. I almost got Merida unlocked, as there's like a 7-day login for her. So what I did to kind of like grade people is I made a lot of notes as I went. Oh, hit the keyboard there. I made a lot of notes as I went. And there's so many people in here, you know, as far as, you know, downtown hero, downtown villain, villain, hero, offense, defense. So I kind of went down to, I started with the 2 downtown heroes and downtown villains. Now, these are in no particular order, but, you know, to improve my villains, I definitely need to work on some downtown villains. And as I went through, I mean, Demona seems like she's really strong. Her passive is really good from what I've experienced. Inflict continuous damage. That's really nice. I've had to kill people, you know, off of her passive. She has a 15% chance to deal. And I also found, so what I found where I was able to go to read the kits much faster is I found this dsa.fan, and you can click on a character, and, you know, like it landed in here, and it will show you kind of like their maxed out stats, their maxed out abilities, and, you know, their shard location. So it's kind of easier for me. The only thing I didn't really care for about this site is, you know, over here it says they're an offense hero in Aladdin, but he's also a kingdom character, and it doesn't say that in there. I didn't check out tier lists or anything like that, you know, spells, nothing like that. It was much easier just for me to come in here, because that way I could kind of see at full strength what is this doing. But anyways, back to the downtown villains. They seem pretty decent. Obviously Emperor Zurg seems really good. Just his kit overall seems like he can really do some damage, but he seems like he is only in the VIP exchange, so maybe he's a event, I don't know, but he seems pretty damn good. Also, a couple other characters here. Syndrome, I fought him a couple times, and he seems not bad. I am farming him currently out of the Grand Campaign for right now, just so I can get him unlocked, so I can use that 5th villain, because I need that 5th villain. But he does have a leader for villains, villain teammates, so that's nice. That's kind of why I started farming him first. Yeah, it's a bonus of critical chance, but it's better than nothing, and so I kind of went with that. And then also in here, the Doctor, he seems pretty good, and he also has a leadership ability. Downtown villain teammates gain 8% potency. So, and I did notice potency is really low when I was looking through a lot of the character's stats. So, added potency maybe can help out. So, but he is a much harder farm to start. You know, he is in the tournament exchange, and I am not working on him right now. Syndrome I can just unlock at 25 and kind of move on, so that's why I went there. That was really it. I don't know Jingles kit, is that his name? Jangles. It seems interesting for a defender, kind of tankish. The fact that he can inflict stun seems pretty nice, but I don't know if he's any good. But I'm not going to invest in him. This is kind of like the team furthest down my list to get started, because I'm at a point in the villains campaign where I can do what I want to do. So next up on the list that I thought might be a pretty good team to invest in is Wilds. Wilds seems to have a lot of good characters in there because of my next team, but more news in here, and I know he's good. But Pocahontas seemed pretty good. She's got a leadership ability, hero offense, hero defense, hero support. So that kind of seems good. So that she seems like a possibility. Scar seems like a really good character, but he is just a tournament, so I got no shot at getting him right away. But the reason I say Wilds might be good is because a lot of the Frozen characters are in here. And reading the Frozen characters' kits, they look really, really synergistic. Like, Anna here, wow. She just brings a lot to the table. What is it? Where's her leader? Her leadership ability. On the battle start, if Kristoff is a teammate, increase the speed meter by 20% per Frozen teammate, including himself. When a teammate's health falls below 60%, grant them defense up for 1 turn, healing them over time, restoring 10% of their max health over 2 turns, and extend the duration of 1 random helpful effect, affecting them by 1 turn. And that seems pretty damn solid. I don't know. And maybe somebody can leave me a comment below. Do I have to put the leader in the front spot like you do with every other hero collector? I mean, maybe it's just because Ariel has the only lead I have right now, but it doesn't seem to be very effective. And Kristoff seems really, really good too. His passive here, on teammate defeat, cleanse all harmful effects from this character, extend the duration of all helpful effects by 1, gain defense up by 2 turns, restore up to 90% health or 90 health of this character. If defeated, teammate is Anna, resets all ability magic to full, fill this character's speed meter. So that seems pretty good. And then meet the family. He brings in a summon troll, which I think is really cool. I wish I could see like the moves. But then he gains taunt for 1 turn, gain defense up for 1 turn. If Anna is an ally, gain harmful effect immunity for 1 turn. Grants helpful effect to target teammate based on their role. So it just seems like a really, really solid kit. And Kristoff and Sven are one of my favorite characters from the whole movie. But Anna seems like it's a special event. She's a 145 character. Yeah, rare item. Can only be found in a limited time event. So that kind of stinks because you kind of need her, but I'm kind of farming them in the background to help out, and I'll get into that in my farming. Then, one other complete team that looked really, really good, synergy-wise, is Aladdin. Aladdin brings a lot of stuff for a starter character. I was surprised. I guess I didn't realize how good he was last time, but he has a bonus to slow. He can add more damage if they're slowed or stunned. And which plays into his own kit, because he puts slow on from his target move. He passively heals himself with his, 5 to 50% chance to restore. And the lower his health gets, the higher it goes. So really cool there. Jasmine reminds me of Rantha from Dragon Champions. So in in Jasmine's move kit, she has the ability to call in Raja and summon Raja at target location with the health and defense, and he gains taunt. So it's much like Battle Poo from Dragon Champions. So Jasmine seems like a pretty good character to help out with survivability in campaigns, and the Aladdin team seems pretty good. Jafar is a special event, I think it was. Yeah, you can buy some packs, and then you have the Cave of Wonders, yeah. And I'm not going to be anywhere close to being able to get him, obviously. And then Genie seems pretty damn good, too. He's got a couple different passives. The one here, on receiving a harmful effect, he'll summon a genie duplicate to a random location. So, people who played like Marvel Strike Force, he kind of reminds me of Loki's kit a little bit. And then, if a teammate were defeated, instead restore 72 health to them and grant them invisibility until the end of their current turn. So it's kind of like a cheat death. If affected a teammate is Aladdin, grant them haste for 2 turns and grant them offensive up for 2 turns. So, you know, it's kind of, it gives like a cheat death. So that's pretty cool. But then I noticed when I was reading a lot of these kits, and this is kind of where I'm going to start, is a lot of the good people I was reading have the kingdom tag. And I don't know if these tags equate to a lot, but I know there's a lot of good synergy in this game, and I know that this seems like a pretty good place to start. I mean, we have Aladdin, we have Disney, the Sorcerer Mickey here, we have Jasmine, we have Genie, we have Anna, which we talked about, and then I'm going to start with Shin Yu. Maleficent's in here, which I don't know if you can even, if anybody even has her unlocked. I don't know how that goes. You know, we talked a little bit about Jafar, but Mulan seems really good too. She seems really good. She has a 20% chance to perform a follow-up attack and deal 44 damage, reducing the target speed bar by 30%. So turn medium manipulation on her basic, that's pretty good. Then her special deals 68 damage to a target opponent, inflicts offensive down for 1 turn, 30% chance to inflict silence. Now that is crazy. Silence seems, you know, in any other game seems good. The one debuff I noticed that sucks in this game is Charm. Oh, I hate Charm. So I was looking for characters with Charm, and I don't know if that's something I should do or not, but her third ability deals 87 damage. Inflicts stun on the primary target for 1 turn. 30% chance to inflict slow to all targets for 1 turn. And reduce speed meter of primary target by 50% if it is Shan Yu. So a lot of people were running Shan Yu. But what I really liked on this is that it gives you the 30% chance to inflict slow on all targets, which plays into Aladdin's kit really well. So we have some synergy there. And then her passive. When an opponent gains a helpful effect, 30% chance to gain tactics. I don't really know what tactics is yet. On being dealt a critical strike, 50% chance to gain evade, and that's a dodge up chance. I'll take that all day. So her kit didn't look bad. So this seems like a very farmable team to get up and running, starting with the basis of like an Aladdin comp, I think. So we'll go into the stores and I'll kind of show you what I'm farming. And I really think that could be a place to start. And can't farm them or I have extra energy, I am going to work on the Frozens because they just seem like a really lot of fun to play. I don't know if they are, so please help me down below. But just their synergistic kit, everybody can be farmed pretty easily. And I am doing that, and I can get to their nodes. So let's jump over back to the camp, or into the campaigns, and I kind of show you what I'm doing now that you've seen where I'm at and where my head is at. Now from the grand campaign, I am working, like I said, I am working to unlock Syndrome. Now once I get Syndrome unlocked, I'm going to switch my focus here to Aladdin. And because when I was looking, I don't really think Gaston is that good of a tank. But maybe I'm wrong. And Ariel's there. Sven is there from Frozen, so that was an option. And Buzz Lightyear. Then we have Sorcerer's Mickey, who's I was farming. Then we have Demona, who also seems really good. And then Captain Hook. So out of those choices, I definitely needed a villain. And Syndrome seemed like he provided the most. I get that leadership ability, and I have his node unlocked to start farming him. So we're actually going to farm him now while we're right here. Ooh, 24. Yay. Oh, I forgot to click on him, so I farmed Sven. Good job there, Zeri. Alright, we got 1 Syndrome. But I have been buying 1 refresh of the grand campaign, and then the 50 refreshes on the other ones. Then when it comes to the Heroes campaign, what I am doing in the Heroes campaign is I am farming Kristoff, and Demona out of here. And that is really it for right now. I was trying to get Hopper, but Syndrome just seemed like a way better character than Hopper. You know, Hopper's kit, he did give the leadership ability, but it was for wilds. So that didn't really help out too much, where the Syndromes was all of just villains characters. So that seemed like a better one. So I was going to start with him, but once I got to Syndrome, I stopped. And then in the villains campaign, I farm Aladdin. I farm Merida just because I want to get her unlocked. And then once I get her unlocked, I'll stop. And then Jasmine, Kristoff, and I stop there. Then what I do with my extra campaign energy, because I'll buy all the refreshes, the 50 refreshes in here, to try to bump up my farming capabilities. Then I farm gear pieces that I need. I go back and try to gear up my team as much as possible. Then when it comes down to the shops, this is what I'm doing in the shops, and I don't know if it's right or not. I still don't see the value in these shard tokens unless you were like, if I was like maybe 3 away from Anna instead of doing the refreshes for the day, I might buy that, but I still just don't seem to find the value in these. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Then in here, I buy one thing in here just to satisfy the daily, and these tiny broom things, they seem like we need like hundreds of them. So I just spent 20,000 gold on that. Then when it comes to the club exchange, now Baloo is in here, and Kristoff's in here, Syndrome's in here, Sorcerer's Mickey's in here. But everybody in here, I can farm, right? So spending currency on them to farm just seems like a waste, especially a lot of club currency for not having a strong club at the moment. We're getting there, but not having a strong one at the moment, it doesn't seem like the best strategy. So I was reading everybody's kits in here, and there was one, the exclusive is Captain Jack Sparrow. His kit seems really good. On his basic, he has a 10% chance for a random teammate to assist, so that's pretty positive. I'll take those assists. And then his special, he has just like an AoE, and then 10% bonus critical strike chance against opponents with defense down. Parlay, but here, inflict charm to target opponent for 1 turn. 30% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns, so it plays into his basic. And then, you know, when you get it to level 2, 50% chance to inflict charm on the adjacent opponent. So charm seems pretty good and pretty powerful, so I kind of was thinking that with him. And then his passive, on turn start, 15% chance to reduce cooldown of Cannonball Barrage by 1, gain a 1 random helpful effect for 2 turns, and a chance to activate is increased by 30% if the character is affected by haste. So, seems interesting. You know, and then it goes up to 25%. So it definitely seems interesting. You know, the only character in here, and I don't think buying these things with your club currency is a good idea. But, you know, okay, so again, I can't farm him anywhere. I can farm Sorcerer's Mickey. I can farm Kristoff. I can farm Gaston, which I don't want to do anyways. I don't think he's that good. I can farm Syndrome, and I'm just farming him until I get him unlocked, just to help with the Heroes campaign. And anybody else I didn't really want in here, so I decided to go with him. The tournament exchange, now the one thing I did remember was Shan Yu was good, Mordu was good, and Hades was good. And Unstable Gamer did say that, you know, pick a character, unlock them, go unlock the next one, etc. So I think I'm going to do that, but, or maybe get him to like, I think he said 4-star or 5-star, I can't remember. But I'm going to start with Shan Yu because he is has the leadership for the Kingdoms team. Kingdom teammates gain 8% bonus speed. So I'm going to start with him because I'm going to start with that Kingdoms team. And that speed seems really good. Just like in any turn-based game. And then a 50% chance to chain. Pretty solid. Deals up to 72 damage to two times. And then if you defeat opponent, you get an extra turn. That seems awesome. Kind of like Trigger. Deal 63 damage to a target opponent and all flanking opponents. Defense down. So that would play into Captain Jack Sparrow's kit. Pretty cool. And then deal critical strike with an attack, reducing the target's turn meter by 30%. So that is a turn meter manipulation. So I'm going to start with Shan Yu out of the tournament exchange, and we'll buy our first 5 right now. Now in here, the tower exchange, this is where I need your help. We have the spell packs 1, and I don't have the infinity sided die, Sugar Rush. I have Do Kaboom, and I have Trigger. But are these good because, or is it always just spell pack 1? So I don't want to buy anything yet, because I'm going to need people's help out there. If I get to Tower 2, level 2, do I get to spell pack 2? Because if that's the case, I think I want to save my currency. But if I always just have spell pack 1, then I should spend it. So this is where I need your help. I don't know what to do here. So right now I'm not spending anything, and I'm just kind of holding, because as much as I like Trigger and Do Kaboom seems cool, some of the other spells seem way better. And if I have a chance to get a better pack, I'll just hold off. But if I don't, then I'll start spending. So somebody help me out there. And then somebody let me know where the hell I get these things. And I don't know there. And then the VIP exchange. And yeah, I haven't spent anything out of here. So family members and hopefully some new people, that is where I'm starting my journey in Disney Sorcerer's Arena. I'm going to focus on that Kingdoms team. Passively farm Frozen. Hopefully that works. If I'm doing something wrong, you can let me know. I'm still going to continue this path until I talk to Unstable Gamer. Not that I don't trust y'all out there, but for the fact of the matter, that's what I said I was going to do. You know, because I think with that Kingdoms team, I'm getting an Aladdin team, which seems pretty good. Anna's in that Kingdom team. She seems really good, but she doesn't seem as good without the rest of the Frozen people, especially Kristoff. But the Frozen team just seems really, really synergistic and a lot of fun to play based off their kits that I've read. So that's kind of why they're going. And then Downtown Villains, I think, is the way to go for the villain people. But again, maybe I'm wrong. This is just based off of kits and what I remember from the first time around. And I really can't wait for Unstable Gamer to come on. That way I can start watching other YouTube people. I can watch him again. Like I said, I know Cubs fan was making stuff, and a couple people from my DC chat has said Cozy Gamer's pretty good, so I gotta check him out too. But yeah, then the way I'm using my shop, you'll have to let me know if I'm good, and I really, really need y'all's help on that tower spell pack thing. If it's worth it to buy now or to save. So I don't know there. So that is what I got going on. So please let me know in the comments below if you think I'm in the right spot. If you are liking what you've seen, you want to see more Disney Sorcerer's Arena out of me, click that subscribe button, hit the like button, let me know. And for all you XMG family members out there, I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.